We know that many of you have questions about using RMC-equipped guitars with the Roland GR-55. So I'm going to show you some tips on how to set it up and get the maximum performance out of your guitar with your GR-55. I'm using a Brian Moore iGuitar for this example. From your play screen, you're going to want to press the Edit button. And you're probably going to come to the tone screen first, but what we want to do is get to System, so let's page right over until we get to the System window. There it is. Now what we're going to talk about is the GK setting, which is right here. So if you're on it, press Enter. If not, use your cursor buttons to get to it, to light it up, and then press Enter. First of all, you want to tell the system what kind of pickup you're using. It defaults to GK3, but we're using an RMC, so let's dial it up. Notice that there's one for piezo or piezo if you prefer to pronounce it that way. But don't use that one, because that's a generic one, and there's one specifically for the pickup that you actually have in your guitar, which is piezo R. The iGuitar has a scale kind of closer to a Les Paul than to a Strat, so I'm going to set it for LP. But if you really want to be precise, measure the distance from the nut to the bridge, convert it to millimeters, and dial that in. And you can get it right to the millimeter. But for what we're doing today, this is probably close enough. Ignore the other parameters for now, they don't really matter. Let's page over to the next one, which is distance. Now since you're using a bridge pickup, the distance from the string to the bridge is irrelevant, so let's forget this whole thing. The GR will ignore this. The important one is this. This is called sensitivity, and what this is about is getting level. Just like recording in a studio, the engineer wants to know how loud you're going to be so he can set the system to compensate for it. We're going to do the same thing, one string at a time, and here's how you do it. Pick whichever string you want to start with first. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to start with the 6th string, and what you're going to do is play it open, and you're going to play it as hard as you're likely to play it. Like that. And you notice I'm going all the way over to the end. It's too hot, so I'm going to take it down a little bit. I'm using the dial to do this. It doesn't matter what the setting is as long as you get it in the right place. I'm going to start here, see how that is. That looks better. I'm playing hard, it's getting plenty of level, but I'm not overloading it. Let's go to the next one. Too hot. Let's take it down. Now these settings may be different for each string, and it doesn't matter as long as they come out even. Now it's still too hot. Good thing we got a lot of headroom here. Still a little bit. Still hitting it a little too much. Let's try it about here. No, I say that's still too much. Let's take it down. We don't want to see it light up that much. Maybe one more. Try it about here. That's looking pretty good. Let's go to the next one. I know that's going to be high, so let's lower it a little bit, see where we are. Too much. Let's take it down. Let's take it way down. Maybe down to about here. Still a little much. Good thing we got that headroom. No, still lighting up. Let's take it down here. And maybe a little lower. That much. Okay, let's keep it there for now. Try the next one. Too much. Way too much. Maybe it's down where the others are. Not bad. Next one. Too much. Don't know. Let's see how that is. Okay, and the last one. IE. I know that's going to be high. Let's start about here. Still a little bit too hot. Maybe just a little more. See how they all look together. Not bad. I've got plenty of level. It looks pretty even for the most part. I think it's a point of departure. By the way, these are not hard fixed numbers. Your guitar may respond differently based on how you play. That's the most important thing, is how do you play that guitar. So you need to do this with your guitar, set it for however it works best for you, and go with it. But as a jumping off point, this might not be bad. Let's look at the next parameter. This is called velocity. This is very, very important to dialing in your guitar. There's 3 parameters here. Velocity dynamics tells the synth sounds how to respond to your playing dynamics, to get louder or softer and open up a filter or whatever. For this exercise, don't worry about it for now, but as you start playing the GR-55, you may find that this may make a difference in terms of what you're hearing it do. But the next 2 are very important. Play feel tells the synth how you're playing the guitar. Are you picking it? Are you finger picking it? Are you strumming? Are you tapping? What are you doing? And this is how to get it to respond better. You can actually set this per patch if you want to. But for now, I'm going to set this to a higher number because I know that the lighter I play, the higher the number. I'm sorry, the lighter you play, the higher the number. So I'm going to set it for about 4 because I'm playing pretty light and I want it to follow me. You can actually see a level at the top. You notice I'm not pinging the needle, but I've got plenty of level. That's what I want to see. And the last one, low velocity cut, is brand new. This is the first guitar synth that's ever had this parameter. It's a very powerful one. What this does is help you eliminate extraneous notes that you didn't mean to play, but the synth heard and tried to make a note out of them. Like maybe you bumped the body of the guitar, or maybe you touched the string with a pick accidentally, or your fingers. Low velocity cut listens to that and cuts everything below a certain volume. So you can cut off those extraneous notes you didn't mean, but played anyway. The synth doesn't know what you meant, it only knows what it heard you do. Now I know from experience that 5 is a little too low for an RMC equipped guitar. Maybe 7, maybe 8, maybe even 9. So I'm going to set it for 8 and see how that works. It should be okay. The other parameters, nuance, etc., aren't relevant for what we're doing now. Down is in case you're tuning down. And this, you can set the GR to compensate for that. But for now, since I'm in a normal tuning, I'm going to exit out, check out my sound, and see if this works. I don't hear any extraneous notes. I hear every note clean and fast. I think we've got it. Try these settings, start from these settings, and dial in to get it the way you want. Thank you very, very much.